I just mentioned we're going to head actually up to the Northeast now. I just mentioned this player, Josh Gordon. I saw Kevin's eyes light up when I mentioned him too. Josh Gordon has been reinstated. We forgot to mention that in the news somehow. Kev has launched him up to wide receiver 20 as a wide receiver 2, and Cody has him down as wide receiver 33, which is a back-end wide receiver 3. Guys, we know the upside potential is astronomical on this guy, but he's had like 7 strikes already, so the worry is there. For putting a ton of value in him. Kev, I honestly thought you'd have him higher, like wide receiver 1, but you settled wide receiver 20. I think that's pretty good. Cody, why are you so low on Gordon?
It's just the uncertainty. That's all it really is. Like, if you could somehow guarantee me that we were going to get 13, 14 games out of Gordon, he would immediately jump up into like right around where Kev has him, to be honest. But it's just the uncertainty. Like, would we really be that surprised if 2 days before the season started, Josh Gordon was suspended again? I mean, I know I wouldn't be. So it's just the uncertainty here. But like I said, if you can guarantee me that he's there for 85, 90% of the season, I would have him up as a back end too.
I don't think you should play fantasy football that way. You know, I get it. Yes, there's the chance that he doesn't make it through the season. Of course, certainly possible, especially more so with him than anybody else. But at the same time, I feel like that there is so much here to like. If you just go back, it's really amazing what he did last year. And when you consider the fact that he was traded in season, that he had to pick up one of the more complex offenses in the league, really on the fly, really turned in a really solid season with them. In the 11 games he played, he had 700 yards. I think only 3 touchdowns, but really, if you look at while he was in the offense there, Tom Brady actually played much better. He actually went from 7 yards per attempt up to 9, which doesn't seem like a lot, but overall, it really is a big jump. And I think even you move Tom Brady up. I think this is a big deal for their offense, because right now you were heading into the season with basically you had Julian Edelman and then no tight end. They were going to be running out Philip Dorsett, who was going to be starting on one side, and then maybe N'Keal Harry or Jacoby Myers, or they had, I guess, Dontrell Inman, who now has been cut and then re-signed with the Chargers since this has happened. But Josh Gordon, I think, as we've seen, still has plenty in the tank. And yes, I get it, he is risky. If you're getting him in, let's say, the 8th or 9th round, he's no more risky than anybody else you're taking there. And if he doesn't work out, it didn't kill you. And so I think his ceiling far outweighs, really, if you look at it and you were to extrapolate out a full 16-game season for him last year with what he was able to do, you're looking at over 1,300 yards that he would have had, which, like I said, has been following the Patriots at all, knows that it's really, really tough for any wide receiver to come into that system and really pick it up and really play well. We've seen a lot of players struggle and not make it because they just cannot handle that offense and pick it up. He was able to jump in seamlessly and pick it up. So, and we know he's been working with Tom Brady over the offseason. So I think those are just all things to point. He's been back to practice this week, which is great to see. And I think wide receiver 20 is conservative, and I think that he could easily be a guy who finishes top 10. Yes, there's the chance that he gets hurt, or not hurt, but excuse me, that he doesn't make it. There's always that chance with him. I'm rooting for him to make it, but like I said, even if he does, it's not killing you. He's not going in the 4th or 5th round. He's going, I think he ends up right now. I know his ADP is still rising, but I think by the time, late next week, we're talking about him going in the 9th round, which I have no problem with that, and I think that's a steal.
Yeah, I think this also comes down to ranking somebody versus where you're going to draft them, right? Like if we get to the Sammy Watkins debate, this would be the same thing for me there. Drafting him as, wide receiver 20, like, you don't have to do that. Kev, you said it. Currently, right now, he's already up to the 8th round. If I can take him in the 8th round, I'll absolutely take him there. But that's just one of the differences when I'm looking at my rankings. You don't have to draft Josh Gordon as your, 20 or 33, wherever we have him. He's going in the 8th round right now, and I'm fine with that. I just wouldn't feel comfortable having him as my wide receiver 2 going into the season.
I could see that. I have him at 28, which would also be a wide receiver 3. Feel more comfortable having him there. If you can get him as a wide receiver 4, it's even better, because then it's pretty much a no-risk move. But yeah, 7th, 8th round, it looks like is his ADP, depending on where you're looking. So not bad value right now. We'll see what happens over this coming weekend. ADPs are going to shift a ton this weekend as more and more drafts start to happen. So that'll be an interesting guy to watch right there.
I still wouldn't be upset getting him, even if you got him in the 6th round. Just like I said, I think that his upside in this offense, shout out Evan Silva. We kind of talked about it a few weeks ago. She wrote something up on him recently, and so basically last year with the Patriots, he averaged 10.6 targets. He was 14th among 96 qualified wide receivers in yards per catch. He was also in yards per 2.15 in yards per route run, which was 7th among 125 wide receivers. So like I said, there's a ton to like here, and even if I have to take him in this, even if I had to take him in the 6th or 7th round, I still would be fine with it. Like I said, I just think his ceiling is very high, especially in this offense. Now year 2 in this offense, yes, there's the chance he may not make it, but overall, I just think the upside is too great to pass up.